folks. This is Jim, and I'm in Fredericksburg, Texas. This is my first stop. I've driven 90 miles from South Austin, and I'm here in beautiful edge of downtown Fredericksburg, where I'm going to have a burger at Hondo's. Really nice burger joint that's just down around the corner here. So this is Fredericksburg. Already done a video on Fredericksburg. It's a big tourist stop. I mentioned one thing about FJR operation. The road here is pretty steep in the crown. There's a lot of parking because it's a weekday. But if you look at the parking, I don't know how well you can tell, but it's steeped, you know, downhill into these lots, these angle lots. So if you park your FJR there, you're gonna have a real hard time getting off because it's hard to back up. Particularly when you have short little legs. So I had to find a place around the corner where I could park without backing up. It's always preferable. This was a gun cap factory before it was a bank. In the Civil War at this site, a couple of German fellows, this is a German town, made gun caps. They did all the work. They made the ammunition, the saltpeter came from bat caves, smuggled in during the Civil War, made weapons. Fredericksburg did not want to succeed in the Civil War because most of the people were Germans. They thought they were moving to the United States. They didn't really care much for slavery, and they certainly didn't want to leave the United States. In fact, I think there was a massacre by the hardcore rebels against a number of the German citizens around here back during the Civil War. But here we are in Hondo's. Well, thank you. Alrighty, let me. Well, howdy folks. This is Jim. I live in Texas, and right now I'm in far west Texas on day one of my New Mexico trip to visit the Trinity Site. It's the 1st of April 2010. I worked about half a day and then I left my office in Austin around 1:30 p.m. It's now, it's now, what time is it? It's now 7:30. I am between Big Spring and in San Angelo, Texas, in true far west Texas. I stopped at Fredericksburg for lunch. I've been riding pretty continuously. The bike is working real well. I'm real pleased with it. It's been extremely windy this afternoon. I don't know what the winds actually are. I think in the order of 20 knots or so. Maybe, you know, with some strong gusts. You see it's almost sunset. The wind is dying, but it hasn't died altogether, as you can probably hear it. So I've really enjoyed the ride. I ate lunch. I ate a giant burger in Fredericksburg after I'd been on the road a little over an hour because I guess a couple hours. I was hungry. That probably wasn't a good idea. I should have eaten only half the burger because I went through kind of a low point after eating that giant burger. It's a stupid thing to do on a long motorcycle trip when you've still got a long way to go. Total trip length today is 285 miles, I think, roughly speaking. I'm really grateful for the fact that this Yamaha has such good aerodynamics. Sometimes when I'm in a parking lot trying to find a place where I can get a good parking place where I know I can get out of it without a lot of trouble and it's not going to fall over, you know, you wonder, well, why am I riding such a big, heavy bike instead of an Ninja 250? But I tell you what, when you're out here in West Texas, and the wind just comes screaming across the flat, open country, you're glad you have this big bike because it just does not feel the wind. Where my Ninja would be halfway across a lane before you knew it, this one just kind of wobbles a little bit. The big objective today was to get to Big Spring. There's a giant, there's a compact, fast-moving cold front with a lot of violent weather in it that's due later tonight. And I haven't stopped to smell any flowers because I wanted to get into Big Spring before the front. I think I'm going to do that now get into Big Spring before the front, camp out at the La Quita Inn, a little hardship there. Then hopefully in the morning the front will have passed by. Now there's predicting a few rain showers, but that's about it. Stopped in the rest area to put my jacket liner in because the temperature's starting to drop, and I know from experience when that sun goes below that horizon, it'll get cold out here fast. So this is Jim. I'm in West Texas. Next stop, Big Spring on my New Mexico trip of 2010. Thanks for watching. Howdy folks, this is Jim. And I'm in Texas, and specifically I just, right behind me a couple of miles is the town of Brownfield. 130 miles ahead is Roswell, New Mexico. Just stopped to get a drink of water, which is important to do out here in West Texas. The ride's been going great so far. It's about 60 degrees Fahrenheit. Breezy, but not the hurricane force winds that happen around here. Happened yesterday in this area. Hasn't happened today, not yet anyway. The day's still young. It's only about 11:30 in the morning. I just pulled over mainly to get a drink of water. I'm looking at a historical marker. There's used to be a town of Gomez here in Terry County. Give you a little panorama of what this part of West Texas looks like. I find it really nice. Now it's not a spectacular like a big beautiful mountain range like the Alps or the Rockies, but it has a grandeur of its own. I mean, you can really see a long way here. The sky is absolutely clear. The horizon is a long way away. I used to live in Virginia, and that's a beautiful state, and I had a lot of fun there. I always felt a little claustrophobic because of all the tall pine trees they have there. Well, here you see they have trees. There's some trees over there. You know, it's not what you'd call a forest, is it? Okay, this is Jim again. I just passed it New Mexico. I missed their sign. I don't want to turn around on this busy road, but the wind is so strong it's blowing down the New Mexico border sign. I don't know if you can see it or not, but their state line sign is hanging on by a thread. Well, howdy YouTube. This is Jim again. I'm in downtown Roswell. You see the famous UFO Museum. It's $5 to go in. It's sort of interesting. You know, they've got quite a lot of, it's mostly old newspapers really, but they got some nice exhibits. They had an old teletype in there to represent Roswell Air Force Base when the UFO crashed, and it had the yellow paper coming out of it and everything. And this is an old World War II looking teletype. And this little girl asked her, Mommy, what is that? And Mommy had no idea. And I couldn't help but say, you know, before they had the internet, ladies, this is what they had. They had a teletype printer. That's where you got your news, except it was so expensive, only the government and the newspapers could have one. But that's what you call a teletype. That was my little effort at public education. Anyway, Roswell's an interesting place. I think I probably allotted a little too much time to stay here. I probably should have driven another 50 miles toward the site and found a place to stay a little closer. But that's water under the bridge. I'm going to go to bed early so I can get up early and go to the Trinity Site tomorrow morning when it's going to be 32 Fahrenheit, 0 centigrade.